Is it possible to live to 100? It's becoming more and more likely that an increasing number of people will see the full century. Let me speak to Dr. Johnny Bloomfield, who's been doing some studies on this. Johnny, what sort of lifestyle do we need to live to make it the whole way to the great 100?
Yeah. Good morning, Frank. Isn't that a glorious day out there? Well, there's some great. There's 5 corners of the world known as the blue zones that can reveal a lot of the way we should live if we want to try to reach the milestone of becoming a centenarian and living to the age of 100 and beyond. And they can collate these very, very simply into a couple of simple ways to live. Like, if you eat mostly plants, if you maybe don't consume too much beef or dairy, but you have regular cups of tea or occasional glasses of red wine, if they seem to all have purpose in their lives and everything revolves around community, it's central. They walk it every day, so they're very physically active, but they keep things simple and they concentrate on simplicity as the route for health and happiness.
People who do live to 100 always tend to be slim, don't they? I guess so, Frank. Yeah, I mean, carrying excess weight puts you at greater health risks. But today's a very special day for me and for my family, because today is my grandmother is celebrating her 100th birthday today. So after this phone call, wow. We're all heading to the Lisburn Civic Centre to a reception this afternoon, and we can't wait to surround her with family and be enjoying her birthday celebrations today on this special day for us. Oh, fantastic! Congratulations to your granny. What's Granny's name?
Granny Molly, and I was actually on the phone to her last night, looking ahead to our radio today, and I asked her, well, what are your tips? What can keep you living long in this country, and how can we make this a blue zone? And I'd love to share those with you this morning, Frank, if that's all right.
Please do. Yes, go.
Well, I didn't prompt her. I hope she's been listening to us over the last weeks, but I can tell you she said a lot of the stuff we've been talking about over our conversations on a Tuesday morning. But her number one, straight away, she came out and said, keep moving. Plenty of gardening, plenty of walking, and don't really sit for too long. When you get to a certain age, do your chair exercises, and once you need to, learn how to use your stick. So keep mobile is her number one. Then she quickly followed that up with drink plenty of water and tea, and only ever a little alcohol. And then thirdly, she said, keep your brain active. She does lots of knitting, lots of sewing, plenty of reading, and Granny Molly's thing is she gets a 1,000-piece jigsaw every Christmas, and it just keeps her brain active. So she keeps interested in things, and that's what keeps her memory going. So fourthly, then she's one of 3 sisters who have managed to reach the age of 100, believe it or not. So, but she says it's all about connecting the others. So like those blue zones, talking about the purpose and community are central to their longevity. She places a lot of effort into connecting with other people. She makes an effort to talk to somebody every single day. She phones a friend, and she's surrounded with people who care about her, who love her. And she also said, earlier in her life she was very much into pets and having dogs and so on. So dogs are great if you're able to look after them. I asked her about sleep, and she says, "Oh, yep, sleep. You must go to bed at the same time, must wake up at the same time, and you do this every single day. Keep that rhythm and routine." And I said, "What about nutrition?" And she says, "Well, eat little and often, and eat slowly. Take your time, but plenty of vegetables, plenty of berries, salads in the summer, porridge and honey." So she's looking after her gut microbiome. Maybe she doesn't realize that, but she's doing great there. And she limits her sugar intake. She only takes a very little amount of chocolates, not really milk chocolate, but dark chocolate. And she doesn't take any sweets, and she doesn't really eat any crisps.
And I said, well, what about your mind? How do you deal with stresses? And she says, well, don't worry. Just keep smiling. No problem ever gets fixed by worrying. So she's got a strong faith. She lives for the day. And she said to me, let tomorrow take care of itself. And then finally I said, what about community again? She says, be helpful to other people. Do what you can for other people. Smile at a stranger. It could change their day. And do a good turn when you can. And for her birthday, she is not asking for any gifts or presents. She's just simply asking for donations for the Northern Ireland Air Ambulance and for the Donkey Sanctuary, because those are two charities that have really warmed her heart. So she's keen to see them benefit from her day.
Well, Granny Molly, a very, very happy birthday to you. 100 years old today. I suppose there's a telegram from the Queen that will have arrived. It'll be, if it hasn't arrived yet, from the Queen, from the King, that will have arrived. If it hasn't arrived, it will arrive soon. Gosh, well done on being 100. But you made a very interesting point there, Johnny. You said that Molly's sisters also lived to 100. That's most unusual to have 3 siblings who made the 100 mark.
Yes. So she's third in a line of 4. So sure, there is a younger sister as well involved. But yes, her eldest sister got to 103, and then her older sister, the second sister, made it over 100 as well. And yes, she's now. When I was talking to her yesterday, she had her birthday card from the King on, and she was telling me how happy she was to have received that. And she also shared with me 3 golden rules. Uh-huh. These are beyond the tips. And she said the 3 golden rules for living long is, number 1 is follow your doctor's orders. Number 2 is don't think less of yourself, just think of yourself less. And number 3, I think the most important one of all, is wear comfortable shoes, not the fancy ones.
Oh, what a great lady. Seriously, it is darn good advice. Johnny, no wonder you're doing a study into the aging process, because you've got a fine guide there in Granny Molly. And enjoy the celebration later today, and send her our good wishes, Johnny. Great study. Thank you.
I know she's listening, so if you don't mind, I'll just say happy birthday, Granny Molly. I hope you have a special day, and we all love you dearly. So thank you for everything you've ever done for me and for us. You are amazing.
There you go. There's an endorsement and a half. As Dr. Johnny Bloomfield from johnnybloomfield.com. And Granny Molly, a very, very happy birthday to you indeed. Happy birthday.